Hi, everybody. Yeah, I've been hiding, I guess, for a few days, but I thought I'd come out of hiding just for a minute and just do something fun. And so, as I sit in my lazy chair and I stitch, I have this little jar and I keep putting scraps, mostly just pieces of threads, just scraps, threads, pieces that I cut off. And it makes for a very colorful bunch of things. And so on here I have this, I think it's about a 10 by 10. Yeah, 10 by 10 is what I have. I finished my one blanket that I was making. I have to get some pictures made of it. And it's a twin size mattress pad, and I just covered the whole thing with just pieces, different size pieces, just things that I've sit around and did. Nothing that makes any sense really, but just things. Oops, I gotta get them out of there. I just covered it up completely. It has no theme, no rhyme, nor reason, and it's just fun to look at, and it's really cozy. And being that size, it fits me. It fits me. So when I'm sitting on my recliner chair and I've got my feet out, being it's a twin size, it's not too wide for the chair, and it's long enough to cover me up completely. And so I love it. And so now I'm starting another on my blanket. A lot of the things are pieces that I've gotten. In fact, almost everything on it is something I have made from Happy Mail. And so that's fun too, to look through, to be looking at it when you have it on your lap and you just keep seeing things keep seeing things from my subscribers that I have on there. And I have some of my labels off of my embroidery floss in there too, because I save them for some reason. I don't know what that reason is yet, but I do save them. I've used some. Oh, see here, there's my bag full. I gotta put these in there because I have like covered up complete sheets of paper with nothing but these, and they're for my my sewing journal. I need to work on my sewing journal. We show you all what I've come up with. Just put all those in there. Okay. And I just got a new pair of scissors, Ginger scissors, and this is the packaging from the Ginger scissors, and I'm going to be using these in my sewing journal too somehow, so that they're going to be tags or something. Let me put that one thing in there. I didn't do my Monday's live stream. It was one of those days that I just couldn't. And so then I said, well, I'm going to be doing just some alone videos through the week. And here it is already Wednesday, and I haven't done anything but stitch. I sit there, I'm telling you, from daylight till dark. Well, today I mopped floors. I got my new mop bucket. I'm so excited with my new mop bucket that wrings my mops for me. I don't know why I'm so excited with that, but I am. Now look, I have all those threads on there, and look at how colorful that is. So I was going to put one of my ladies on here as a centerpiece, but I do not now think I am going to. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to do that on one, but not on this one. And then I'm going to take my piece of tulle. I love my tulle. And then I was so blessed by a very generous subscriber that sent me yardage of tulle, which is very nice because what I had was 6-inch wide rolls of many colors, but that's what I had. And now I've got large pieces so I can do larger projects. Okay, so I'm going through and I'm pinning my pinning it on. Where's my pin cushion? You'd think, you would just think. I keep not getting any better. Okay, well, I'll just get this box. Where'd I put my pin cushion? I just had my pin cushion. Oh, maybe I put it in my swing box. Well, anyway, I'm going to use these right here because these are fine. And so I'm just going to go ahead and pin this down so it kind of stays. Now, let's see, do I want to sew this up with my sewing machine or do I want to borrow stitch it? I'm going to do some of both ways. I am going to use my sewing machine on some and borrow stitching on some. I love to do the borrow stitching, but I think what I want to do on this one, so now I have a sandwich. I have the white piece of sheet fabric, and then I have, these are only just strings. Then I have more strings that I just had in my hot little hand. Oh, like in here. These were all, I was going through a lot of loose embroidery flosses, and these pieces were pieces that were like knotted up together and stuff. So I said, I'm just going to not worry about unknotting them. I'm just going to chop them into pieces and use them also in projects like this. Now, moving this stuff out of my way here. Okay, I'm going to scoot Freya over. Well, maybe I'll scoot Freya over. Now see, this here is a bag full of scraps as well, of scrap fabrics mostly. There's some threads in here too, but this is mostly just scrap fabrics. Oh, there's a needle in there. Let me get that out of there right away. That's not supposed to be in there. Let me get that while I see it. That got up there. We'll put it on that magnet, and there we go. But these are going to do the same thing. But now I'm going to turn on Freya, and Freya is the name of my sewing machine because I believe that we need to name our friends. So my sewing machine is my friend. Okay, so excuse me. Okay, now I'm going to just go over here to turning my camera a little bit so we can see Freya, and I am just going to start stitching, and I'm going to use my sewing machine on this one. I might do another one using my just borrow stitching, but this one I'm going to go ahead and use my sewing machine. Okay, I think I won't lose anything. I think I got enough pins. Now, and because now I'm stitching over the speak, Elizabeth, over the tulle. The tulle keeps everything together. pin. I gotta keep a good eyeball out here for pins. And I'm using multicolored thread. I think since I have had this multicolored thread, I think that's all I've used. All I've used is the multicolored threads. And so, and I just had an idea too right here, because I'm having a little trouble seeing where my last seam is. My last thread row. I'm going to turn it over in a minute. Ooh. Oh, that's my hair. I thought I felt something on my arm, and it's my hair. Okay, I usually have it wadded up. Okay, let's see. What am I going to do here? I'm going to get this whole edge stitched. I can feel that some parts on here are thicker than other parts, because I just kind of threw all the threads on here. And then once I'm finished with this, once I get all this stitching done here, I still can add more over the top to, like, maybe I can put some yo-yos. I don't know. We'll decide. We'll just work on this for a while and see what happens. Okay. Now I'm going to turn this over. Cut that loose from the ender. I was watching another lady that uses leaders and enders, and she calls them donkeys. And I thought, well, that's a better idea. Call them donkeys. I'm going to pull my needles out, my pins out that are holding this together. I'm going to pull them out now. I've got the whole around done, but as you can see, my little right here is really not straight at all. So I think now what I want to do is I want to just stitch it on from the back, and we'll see how this works. And then we'll see what it looks like on the other side. Yeah, let me pull this ender off of here. This donkey. Pull this donkey off of there. And, ooh, why did that do that? Why did that do that? Oh, I have a pin there. I want to get that out of there. I do not want to sew over a pin. Probably wouldn't be good for Freya. It's like stepping on a thumbtack. Okay. Looks like I'm having a trouble here. What do I have? Oh, I just had a thread there. Okay, this is not trouble. No trouble. I have a fly in here. So anyway, yeah, I got a new mop bucket today. Since Uncle Sam was kind enough to, send us that little token of his appreciation, I used some of that money. I'm kind of holding on to it and I still have to do a grocery shopping with it, but I bought myself a mop bucket. And see, I got to where I can't hardly bend over without yelling and ouching and saying doggone it and stuff. And so I bought me one of them mop buckets like you see a janitor has. That they're yellow. My mop bucket's yellow, and you put the mop into the water and there's a fly on me again, and slosh it around, and then you put it in this other part of the bucket, and it's a wringer outer on it. So you just have this lever, and you just wring it with the lever, and it wrings the mop. And so, and I love my bucket. So right away, Papa had to put it together because it needed the handle put on it and needed the wheels put on it because it's got wheels on it. You could drive it somewhere. And so, and then right away I mopped. And it just was so easy to mop. Well, I didn't mop everything. I have to still mop the dining room. But I mopped the kitchen and the hallway and the foyer area. And in no time at all. It just was wonderful to be able. I got a steam mop, and I like that too. I have a Bissell steam mop, but for me, I know some people just love them. My daughter just got herself one, and she loves it. And it does really. She's got tile floors. Mine vinyl floors. And she said her tile floors, especially in her bathroom, because after a while, she's got so much hairspray and stuff in the bathroom that it's hard to clean that tile. She goes, she went over it with that steam mop, and she says it looks like that tile was just laid. So she's happy with hers. Well, I have a steam mop, but to me, it's more trouble. You got to fill it with distilled water, and then you don't use any soap with it or nothing. Just it cleans just with steam, and that's nice. And it's really nice because the head of it kind of rolls around and all. But there's something about pushing it that just I can't do it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just extremely lazy. I don't know. But I like the smell of pine sol, so I put pine sol in my water today to mop. And I guess because I've just always used a mop, and I know how to use a mop. I'm a mopping, I know how to use a mop. So the new kind of stuff, I don't know about that stuff. But I love my mop bucket. Of all things, I guess. I just love my mop bucket. I'm curious now to see what this is going to look like. So, for you all of you that know about my bird nest, oh my gosh, it's amazing, because for you that don't know, we are hillbillies, me and my hubster. We love fresh air, so our doors stay open. And I mean open. We have open doors, so birds can fly in if they want to. Well, I never knew that the birds would fly in, but they do. The birds fly in, and we have these birds that have built a nest up in the top above my kitchen cupboards. They built a nest. They were coming in and out, and we noticed one day they were carrying things when we see them coming, and they were carrying little twigs and things to make their nest, and that's when we noticed that there was a nest there. Well, now there's 2 baby birds in that nest, and there's 2 birds that come in with food. So I guess both the mother and the father feed the babies, I guess. But it's funny because they come usually in the back sliding door and then fly to the nest, which is right over my head. They have to fly over my head. And they get so close when they fly, and I can hear the flutter of their wings, and it just sounds so soft. And then you hear the little baby birds when mama's in there, or dad's, who's ever feeding them. And it is just so relaxing. I'm telling you, I know a lot of people would cringe at the thought of having wildlife just build a nest inside your house. But I feel like, wow, I'm blessed really that these birds felt safe enough to build their home, their nesting area inside my house. I feel blessed. I don't know if I'm weird, but I think I am. But that's okay if I'm weird. I don't mind being weird. And yeah, so we have two little baby birds. Papa went up there and looked. I haven't went up there and looked. And then my daughter went up there and looked. She got a little ladder and she peeked in there and took pictures of the baby birds. They're so cute with their little hungry mouths open. And so, yeah, so I'm a grandmother to two baby birds. Okay, now, yeah, I think that was a lot easier to stitch it from the back than to try to be able to strain my eyes to make sure I'm going in the right direction from the front. So let's see what this looks like here. So there is my fabric now. Here's my fabric, and it is all those threads, and all of those threads are now sewn. They're all together. So I don't know if I'm going to just want to make that as a background. Let me see. See, I have some of these little ladies. Then I have some. Look at that one, says praise. If I can, oh, I love these. I love these. Miss Cordula. You know, I keep calling her Cordula, but if you're on the Scrap and Lizzie Facebook site, you would see her as Maria Price. Maria Price? Yeah. And I kind of think I like this. Gosh, I like the white too, so I'm going to have to make another one as well. But now look at that. I think... Now wait a minute. Now, let me take this back off of here. Sing and commit. Kindness, true. No, those are bigger and it covers up more of the color. Maybe I just want to put this one, or up here. Yeah. And then, okay, and then I think I could add, oh, there's my pin cushion. Look at, there it is. There it is, and I couldn't find that. You know, it was right there next to the snake. This is pretty, isn't it? Just like this. Okay, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to, this kind of, I don't want it just right in the middle. I want this sort of like on the edge here. So, now I'm going to take it over to Freya and scoop my little tushy over here. And I'm just going to zigzag stitch it all the way around the edge. And it's already cut with pinking shears. Cordula Maria Price, Cordula Maria, she cut it before she sent it to me. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to make sure that everybody knows, because I talk about Cordula a lot on my channels, because she constantly, she sends me such neat ideas. She sends me links to where I can go check out new things, and I love it. And I always call her Cordula. And then I talk about things that she's doing herself, and then I realized, you know what? On the webpage, on the Facebook site, her name is Maria. And I thought, well, you know what? I need to let people know that Maria is Cordula. But she puts her name as Maria, although Maria is her middle name, because she said most people don't know how to say Cordula. But I like to say Cordula. I think it's got a real good ring to it. But anyhow, now I've done the background, and I've done the background, and I've put this little thing on here. Now I was just thinking, first I was thinking maybe I should turn it and maybe hem it a little bit. Then I thought, what if I go this way and hem it this way, so I have the rough edge showing. And then when I stitch it onto my blanket or into a page, because this might go in a page in a book too, I don't know. I'm working on my pillow books and my blankets. So I'm going to try this. My next one I might do a little bit different. I never know. But I'm flipping this, instead of flipping the edge under like you normally would do a hem, I'm going to go ahead and just flip it upwards. Because I'm not a normal people. A little abnormal in some ways. I'm hoping to get a little bit more into the swing of things. I get into the days that I just feel like I'm in just a slump, you know. There's no sickness and nothing like that. I just feel like I get into a little bit of a slump, and then I just want to be quiet. And so I sit in my chair and sew, or let's see, I cooked today and mopped today, which I only cook once. So like this morning it was breakfast. We had ham and eggs and grits. And so that was my only cooking experience today. And so I cooked and I mopped. So that was something that I did constructive. Other than that, oh, and I took 2 naps. Naps are good. And here it is late at night. It's after 11 p.m. But my last nap, I woke up, it was 7:20, I think it was, something like that. So, and I started watching, see, because what I'll do is I'll turn on my phone or my Kindle and I'll find a movie, and then I just watch it with my headphones on. I started watching a movie, but it turns out that it's a spooky movie. So I said, ooh, I can't watch this. I done watched like half an hour of it, and it wasn't getting any better. So I said, I gotta do something different. So then I came in here. But I come in here because I thought I would kind of clear off my table some. But then there was a squirrel. You know about squirrels. And so then I decided, well, I want to just do something. And so I did. And this is what I just did. To make this patch. And now, this here patch started with no plan. Now, saving my threads was a plan. That was definitely a plan. Saving my threads was a plan. And I knew that saving them, I would end up using them, and this is the way I would use them, is with using this stuff, the tool. I knew I would do that. And I'm glad that I didn't put this under the tool and have the stitching all over it. I'm glad I did it this way. Now I could take also then a yo-yo, make a yo-yo and put it here, or make a cluster of 3 yo-yos and then with stems down. But I'm not sure. I may not do that either, because I might just like it just like this, because I love all that color. Isn't that pretty? I think it's just beautiful. Even the back where my stitching is on the back, but that won't show anyway because it's going to go against either the page in the book. And I never know what I'm going to do. Am I going to put it in the page in the book? Maybe. Or maybe I will put it on my blanket. But I will end up with a stack of things that I make. I just keep making, and different sizes too. They don't even have to be the same size. And I don't get them even exactly like square. Sometimes the edge might be off and off kilter. Then when I put 2 pieces together, they may not line up just perfect. And so if there's a gap, if I put this one on and then put another one on next to it and it doesn't exactly fit, there might be a little gap. Well, that little gap, I'll put maybe a piece of ribbon there and hand stitch that on there. Or I might put a row of the little flowers, the little yo-yo flowers I might do. But I want to, I think I'll have to use my phone to be able to show you the whole blanket. So I'll lay it out on my couch and then use my phone to film and kind of show you the different things that I did on my blanket. But it is such a, I love it. I don't, you know, those of you who are real coordinated in your colors and things, you might not be as happy with it as I am, but I love it. I'm telling you, it is just great. And so now I'm going to do a little reading, and this I'm going to read out of this book because words of hope and encouragement for someone living with a chronic illness. You are stronger than you know. And this is a time that I just feel like I need to read this. I think most all of you kind of have some of the same problems that I do with depression and anxiety, and you get into one of those spells, whatever you call it, and like my hubby will say to me, he goes, "What can I do? What can I do to make you feel better?" Or did I do something that upset you? Or, you know, he wants to fix me all the time when these things kind of just jump up there in my forefront of my thoughts or on thoughts or whatever. And I need to let him know that he's fine. You know, no, I'm fine. And no, you haven't done anything. You haven't done anything to hurt me or to make me feel sad. And just sometimes I think maybe you all know, a lot of you know too, about depression and anxiety. It's something that you can't just say go away and it goes away. Um, it just doesn't go away. It's there. And then it'll fade. It'll fade away after a while, but you can't make it fade away. So the only thing you can do is to keep yourself busy. Keep yourself busy. Make something nonsensical like this. And when you see something like this, and it's got all of those colors in there, and it's so pretty, and these two ladies, and they're saying praise right here, this kind of thing is so helpful. It is so helpful to you if you live with that kind of, and I have some other well, I'm 71, so once you're 71, you got medical things that go on too. So, normal things start going to rust and rack and ruin and all of that kind of stuff. So, and what I like to do with this book is I like to just like find a page. We're going to go right in here, right there. And I'm going to open that page and I'm going to read that. And usually when I just do it this way, then I find something that I feel like I'm supposed to read. This is what I'm supposed to read today. And a lot of times I do that, and what I open to is so meaningful for my day. And I even, like when I decide I'm going to do a little Bible study, I do the same way. I'll just open and I'll start reading. And so many times I open and I start reading, I think, oh my gosh, this is something I needed to hear today. And so, well, I'm going to quit that running of my mouth, put my glasses on so I can see what I'm saying. And I'm going to read, you have the power. Have patience with yourself and the situation. Live in the moment one day at a time, not fretting about the past or worrying about the future. You have strength enough for the present, and that is all you need for now. Allow yourself the luxury of peace and don't take on more than you have to. Learn to let go. Refuse negative thoughts. Replace them with positive ones. Look for the good things in your life and make a point to appreciate them. Believe in yourself and know that you have the power. You are ultimately the one in charge of your life and the only person in the world who can change it. No matter how much others are pulling for you or how much anyone else cares, you must do what needs to be done to make your present and future everything you want and need it to be. And that is written by Barbara Cage, and that is good. You have the power. I have the power. And so this is good. And see, that's what was meant for me to read today. And so any of you that suffer with any kind of, and living, I need to say live, not suffer, because we're not suffering, we're living. So words of hope and encouragement, someone living with chronic illness. And so, and I first just now said, suffering when something, but I try not to use that word suffer, because we're not suffering, we're living. And if we think that we're suffering, then we're going to convince ourselves that we are suffering, and we're not. We're just living with a chronic illness. We're living with things that aren't just as perfect as they were when we were 7.5 years old. And so I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all understand that whatever you make, put them scraps together, put some color together, and just make something fun. Just put something, even if you never do anything with this piece. If you make a piece like this and you never do anything with it, but maybe just lay it on your end table, lay it on your step table, lay it on your coffee table, lay it on the dining room table, pluck it up on your bulletin board, send it to somebody else, and make their day. It is finished. This is finished. Whatever I want to decide to do more with it, well, then I'll do more with it. But for now, it is finished. So I thank you all for watching. I ask God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make, keep you safe, keep you happy, keep you healthy, and well-fed. You always have to put in that well-fed. And he will watch over you. Some days are going to be rougher than the others. And so when you have a rough day, just rough right on through it. You're going to make it. Okay. God bless you and keep you all. And I will see you on the next video. Hopefully tomorrow. Okay. God bless.